So Zangetsu is... You know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna... Welcome back to Curse of the Moon for the final video. Today we're going over Nightmare Mode, which is a very slightly harder version of the base game. You don't get Zangetsu, but you get all of the other playable characters from the get-go. None of the power-ups carry over, so you're starting basically fresh. But hey, now you get to see alternate routes, like this upper path here, which you cannot do unless you're playing Ultimate Mode. Not Ultimate Mode, I'm sorry. Nightmare Mode. Ultimate Mode is something else entirely. Ultimate Mode, it's just Zangetsu. Well, it's normal mode, so stage 1 is Zangetsu only, but you can pick up Miriam, then you can pick up Alfred, and so on. Anyway, I was trying not to overshoot that, but then I remembered I could just switch to Alfred. So yeah, we're on a quest to save the soul of David Hayter, who has turned into a demon. Does that sound familiar? Or it should sound familiar, rather. So the only real difference between the actual content in Nightmare Mode and not Nightmare Mode is bosses. The Glutton Train, the fire it drops lingers a little more. This guy has more icicles it can drop on you, and when it's up in the ceiling, it'll drop 3 rocks, so you can't just stand in the middle. And that's basically it for those two. I don't know what the discernible differences are for the next couple bosses. Thing Chameleon's only discernible difference, as far as I can tell, is that for this bit, he shoots 3 projectiles. So, yeah, it's not that much harder than the base game. So, this is ostensibly a sequel to the normal mode, and Stage 8 got super fucked up. So welcome to Stage 9. It's a lot more somber than the normal Stage 8. You go down, there's this door that you cannot get past. So now everyone has to go through their own little challenges to progress. So, everyone has a challenge tailored to their own strengths. Miriam's is your bog standard house main stage, and it's alright. The enemies here are, as usual, reskins of enemies we've seen earlier. So, I guess while we're going through this, I just want to say I do kind of like how this is... While the whole game itself is like a love letter to Dracula's Curse, this... Nightmare Mode in particular feels like a send-up to Julius Mode in Dawn of Sorrow, where you're playing as a whip user, a spellcaster, and a vampire character in their efforts to save the soul of their ally who has fallen to darkness. Anyway, at the end of each one of these sections is a little mini-boss. They're not really hard. They don't hit hard either. Also, I feel it should be obvious, but you can't switch characters in the middle of these trials, so when you're doing Alfred section, you can't cheese it by flying over the thing as Jeeble. But you know what? Just use the fire spell. You'll be fine. I don't know how you're supposed to get Voltic Surge up there. I guess if you jumped, you might be able to hit it. I don't know. I feel like using anything but fire is a trap. Because look at this. I do not want to deal with any of this without the shield. Anyway, you're up. Here's Alfred's mini boss. They give you the copy spell for it, but I hate that spell, so I'm just gonna do it with fire shield. It's basically a Dualahan. We've seen how to deal with that. Jeeble's section involves a lot of flying. Magic potions are plentiful, so don't worry about that. Just fly to your heart's content. Also a lot of succubi things. They have the same, like, patterns. I don't know what to call them otherwise, though. You can deal with them the same way, though, and I think you have to deal with them as Jeeble, because they'll just keep jumping at you as you try to climb the stairs. And Jeeble's boss is this thing. It moves around very slowly, shoots fire at you, and that's about it. So, in an inversion from the usual end of Castlevania games, we have to descend a giant staircase now. Someone's just straight cleaved through all these, statues. Also, all of these lanterns are for Miriam-specific sub-weapons. I don't think there's any way to hit that one and get a sub-weapon out of it unless you're playing as Miriam. Well, I mean, I guess you could do that. So, naturally, final boss is the Demon Lord Zangetsu himself. And he immediately disables Alfred and Jeeble for the fight, so it's just you and Miriam. He's a fast motherfucker. There was a lot of holy water around, and they all explode into pillars of energy. I highly recommend the triple dagger for this. Every so often when he jumps on the wall too, one of your buddies will get up and assist you in some way. Alfred creates a shield to protect you from Jeeble's, like, fire wave. And Jeeble will create a platform for you to stand on while his sword does this. He's not super hard once you get the pattern down, but he is kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. Also, God help you if you're stuck underneath Zangetsu when he does that and Alfred's on the other side of the room. The main difficulty from this fight comes from the fact that Zangetsu is fast and relentless. I don't even know if there's a tell for whether or not he does certain attacks. Like, I'll often mispredict what he does, so I will definitely take hits just because I wasn't prepared to, like, jump behind Alfred. Anyway, once you've knocked his health down, everyone gets back up, and you have to protect Alfred while he charges up a spell. If you let any of those touch him, I think it's game over. But otherwise, you just eviscerate Zangetsu and save his soul. And that's it. That's it for Curse of the Moon. There's a couple other endings you can get for normal or ultimate mode, depending on how many of your allies you leave alive, and you can just ignore them too, so you don't get them, but you also don't get a power. But I don't think it's really that different, and you don't really get anything special for them. But aside from that, yeah, that's it. That's all for this game. A lot of fun. I highly recommend it. If you want a retro platformer that isn't completely going to kick your teeth in. I'm leaving this credits roll in because it's actually different from the one in the normal and ultimate mode. Oh, Alfred, you goof. That's it for me, so I'll leave you guys to enjoy the rest of this song. I'll see you guys next time.